students. And I think if she hadn't done that, I really fear where I would have been today. And every time I go back to this little town, and by the way, the prejudice is still there because it's a little town. It's like it hasn't caught up to society. But every time I go by there, I go back and try to see if I could run into this teacher so I could tell her, Mrs. Charles Hambrick, how how much I appreciate her for popping me on the hand with a ruler every time I didn't pay attention to what I was supposed to do. And I just believe that that was so extraordinary because during this time there was so much tension between blacks and whites. And she kind of took me in as just a person, pretty much as her own child. She took extra time to teach me and to help me learn. So I'm very proud of her. And her store is still there today.
Wow. You attended college, right?
Yeah, I went to college for about 2 years. And then I decided that I needed to do something a little bit more. I should have stayed with college, but school academics was not a big factor during my time of coming up. Now education is very important. Back when I was coming up, education was no more than can you read, write, and do arithmetic. Now with everything that they're teaching the younger generation now, my generation, we're lost. When children come home and say, help me with my homework, and they say it's algebra, we look at them with a dense look on our face because we don't have the first thing you're talking
Like, what was the process of going to like college and everything? Is it the same as now, or is it different?
about. Now, the kids are more determined. Those that do go to college, they have more equipment and things to help them with their academics. When I came up, if getting through high school, diploma was all you needed back in my days. When I came up, if you had a diploma, then you could pretty much be, I wouldn't say president of the company, but you could hold a position of authority in some company somewhere just because you graduated high school.
So there was like nothing certified. You didn't have to be certified in anything to like become something.
If you went into a certain field, all you had to do was know about that field. During our time, or my time, it's pretty much was what we call OJT, on the job training. So you get the job, you learn as you go, you get better at it, and that's how you excel. But now you go to school, you learn, and you do your specific subjects, and then you take that information, you apply it to what it is that you want to work on. But during my time, as a black man, that high school diploma was pretty much all we were after. But don't get me wrong, while we were only achieving high school diploma, our white counterparts were going to college and getting those educations. But we were not, as we grew up, we were not even allowed to have education. They did not want that you go to school. You were not learning to read or write. People in my generation right now, or before me, they don't even have a birth certificate. They don't know the day that they were born. Because as slaves, master didn't tell them. The more they were kept in the dark, the better they were to be kept in captivity. And so things began to change very slowly. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, civil rights movements, all of this brought forth everything that's out there. But even today, It is not gone. Racism is not gone. And up to date example, and I'm not just saying this for political reasons, but if you would look at it, you've got the first black president in office, and he's in there and he's making certain changes, and he want to do this and he want to do that because it's going to help the majority of the middle class people. Now, why would the opposing party, without even hearing what he's putting out there, say, I don't care what he puts out there, I'm not going to vote for it? That says to the society that even if it's good, I'm not going to vote for it. You know, if it's bad, I'm not going to vote. If it's good, I'm not going to vote. Well, why are you not going to vote? This is what you're supposed to do. If you ask people, you get 1,000 different answers. Well, this, well, this, well, that. Why would you not want to hear what the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, has to say before you say no? It is still racism out there. And I fully believe, because he is black man and president, that they refuse to help anybody else in this country. Those that are really in need of help, they refuse to go forth simply because they don't want to agree on the side of President Obama, which happens to be a black man. This is racism at its highest. And not only blacks are saying this, there are whites out there that are saying it also. It has to be the color of his skin. So we've come a long ways. The thing of it is our kids coming up now, if you look at how things are changing, the young kids today, they don't see racism. This is my black friend, this is my Spanish friend, this is my Chinese friend. They only see people because their parents haven't brought them up in that racist stage. But the ones that came up around me, they were brought up, with this racism thing. They taught their kids that. And now that their kids have grown up, become my age, that racism's still at the top. But once we die off, that new generation coming up, I think might be able to do something about it. Because all the kids get along now. They all dress alike. They all listen to the same music. I mean, they're fine. But we had hard times just trying to get to where we're at.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
That
That's
it?
all? Yes.
I got some more.
No.
Rewind.